One of the key challenges with employers collecting benefits data is getting enough data to tell a story. So lots of employers are very good at collecting data, have lots of data points. It's how do we arrange that data in a way that builds a narrative that can tell the business something is happening or is going to happen. So it's really important that we get those data points and build them into a narrative and tell a story with that so that our business can act accordingly. Collecting multinational data complicates things incredibly, because what you start to have is different well-being data, different benefit take-up data across different territories. People have different desires, different needs, different well-being support is required. Some businesses and some regions have more mental health support because of things that are going on in that region. You might have specific diseases in that region that are increasing in trend. And so actually, how do you get that data and deliver that in a meaningful way based on where somebody is in the country? And so you might end up using the data to come to multiple conclusions for different reasons, and it's really difficult then to build that narrative, because effectively what you're doing is creating a story per region and then an overarching story globally. So really, really difficult to bring that together, but a really, really important thing to do. It's really important that we get that data from all those different sources and then interpret that and present that in a meaningful way to our various stakeholders. So if we're asking for budget, if we're trying to increase private medical spend, for example, how are we building that narrative so that our stakeholders, the people who are going to give us the budget and the resource, can react appropriately? And that means taking the data from our systems, using that to show what happens if we do nothing, what happens if we do best case scenario and do all the things we want to do, and how does that lead to better outcomes for those stakeholders. And that means using benefits and well-being data to drive some of the strategic objectives of the organisation. So this becomes much bigger than just reward and compensation. This is about how do we use benefits data to drive productivity and performance. And I think that's something that global employers are increasingly getting more demand to be able to do, is help the business understand how do reward and benefits drive the outcomes we want to see as a successful business.